Hey guys, Chris here, and this is what we did last night at Flat Rock Student Ministry worship service. So we started out the night around 6:15, opened up the cafe and just hanging out for a little while before church started. Played some games, ate some candy, and just kind of hung out and got to see some friends that we don't normally get to see during the week. About 7 o'clock we moved into the youth room and we started our worship service. We had a 5-minute countdown and started right around 7 o'clock, and before we did anything we always show a funny video to kick off our service. Last night's video was on cell phone tips. It was pretty funny. A lot of our students have cell phones, and this was kind of making fun of the way we use them and how to have a proper voicemail. And it was kind of funny, something a little different, but we always try to start the night out with a funny video just to kind of lighten the mood and just kind of get everyone excited to be here. So last night we also started out our service with a game, and last night's game was different. It was pretty funny, and actually in this very youth room I'm sitting in, we played dodgeball. Now this was a modified version of dodgeball. It's called office chair dodgeball, and the way this game works is a student would sit in an office chair, one that swivels, and we formed a circle kind of around the person that was it, or the person sitting in the middle of the chair, or middle of the circle. And the object of the game was not to hit the person with the ball, but to hit the back of the chair. And so the person in the middle, they could move around on the floor, staying in the chair. They could swivel and spin around real quick. So the game was kind of a team game, and they would have to kind of throw it to someone on the other side really quickly, catch it, and then throw it and hit the person in the back. I think the best one was the last one when Caleb Corville threw the ball and hit the kid right in the head. It turned out to be a real good game. It's probably one we'll do again. Next time we do games, I'll try to get some video of it so you guys can have a short little sneak peek at some of the games that we do each week. After the game, we moved into our time of worship. Our little youth praise team led us in 2 songs, and we're in the talks now of working on getting a completely student-led praise team. And so I'm just praying and excited just about all that God is doing in our student ministry. But we had 2 songs, and shortly after those songs were over, we moved into our message for the night. So it was about 2 weeks ago we started a new series on Wednesday nights called Big Church Words. The first night we looked at the word grace and just how important grace is in our life. And last week we kind of took some time off and just relaxed and played some games to enjoy just a little break in the middle of everything that we had going on. And last night we looked at the word justification. Justification is a huge word as it relates to our Christian life, and we looked at the book of Galatians chapter 2. In Galatians chapter 2 we read about how the Apostle Paul had to deal with these people who were trying to influence the gospel that was being taught and preached in the churches he helped establish. Paul had to deal with a people group called the Judaizers. So the problem with these people is they were teaching a false gospel. One thing is in the legalistic mindset they were teaching was you could have right behavior but wrong belief. See, they believed you could earn your righteousness or earn your salvation or earn your favor with God. But I told our students, and I would challenge us all to think this way, that God's favor with us is not based on our performance for Him. See, there's nothing you and I could ever do, there's nothing our students could ever do that would earn absolute favor with God and grant them into eternity with Him. Paul was very clear that through the law there is no righteousness. It's only through Jesus Christ. The second kind of picture we looked at that we found in Galatians 2 are people that were preaching kind of this hypocritical mindset. They were teaching hypocrisy. And basically hypocrisy is kind of the opposite of legalism. It's right belief but wrong behavior. And I think some of our students maybe struggle with that sometimes. They have the right belief, they know the things they're supposed to do, they may even tell other people that this is how they should do things, yet they go out and do the complete opposite. So Paul and Peter actually had a moment of tension where Peter was living a hypocritical life, and Paul called him out on that. And it was a very dramatic scene we looked at last night as we were working through Galatians chapter 2. The third and final picture we looked at is really what this entire message had been pointing forward to, and it was faith, this doctrine of faith. And what faith does is it's right belief, but it's also right behavior. See, God has called you and I to live a life of faith, a life of complete faith and total reliance upon His Son Jesus Christ to be the Lord of our life. So our big church word for the night was justification, and a definition I found while studying was by David Platt. David Platt's a famous author. He's the president of the Southern Baptist Convention International Mission Board, and here's the definition David Platt has. David Platt says, "Justification is the gracious act of God by which God declares a sinner righteous solely on the basis of faith in Christ." See, for you and I and for our students, that's great news. See, we can put our hope, we can put all of our faith, all of our love in the person of Jesus Christ, and Jesus will look down upon us and deem us righteous. No amount of good works, no amount of how many times we go to church will ever earn that favor from God, but only professing faith in Jesus Christ. That was just a short little sneak peek of what we did last night. I hope this video will help you and kind of give you an idea on what we do each Wednesday night. I'm hoping this will be a good ministry and good communication tool that we can use for you. If you guys ever have any questions, please let me know, but hope everyone has a wonderful week. God bless. We'll see you next week.